Dream Pinball 3D is one of the most underrated and overlooked pinball games I have ever played, and I highly recommend any pinball fan giving this game a whirl in 2026. For starters, this game is only $6 on Zoom platform. I mean, $6 for a pinball game? That's not bad, and it has 6 very high quality tables. My favorite of the bunch was probably the one called Aquatic. It's just really cool, it's just really atmospheric, the colors on the table are great, the table layout is great. It's an awesome table. My second favorite table was probably the one called Night Tournament. It's just a cool table. Now there was one table which did annoy me a little bit sometimes, called Spinning Rotors. I wasn't always the biggest fan of that one, but overall, all 6 tables in this game were really good in my opinion. Now, unfortunately, there aren't any licensed tables. You know, like a lot of pinball games are known for having licensed tables. This one doesn't, unfortunately, but all of the tables are still really cool regardless. But what really sets this pinball game apart from me, apart from all the other pinball games I've played, is the atmosphere. I can't fully describe it, but Dream Pinball 3D is just super atmospheric. It's very immersive. I mean, I don't really know how to describe it. This is one of those games where you really need to play it for yourself to really feel it, but it's just so detailed. The graphics are great, the reflections, the table announcers, the sound effects, the music, everything in this game is amazing, and it really does feel like I'm playing on a real pinball table. But this game just has some sort of a feel to it that I can't fully describe. It almost feels like you're at an arcade by yourself, like the arcade is closed, there's nobody else there, you're playing there like in the middle of the night, and it's just nothing but that pinball table. Again, I don't really know how to describe it, but Dream Pinball 3D is just such an atmospheric pinball table, you know, or such an atmospheric pinball game. Whenever I'm playing other pinball games like Pinball FX2, Pinball M, or even that horrible Kiss pinball game, you know, it felt like I was playing a video game. You know, Dream Pinball 3D, it doesn't feel like I'm playing a video game. It's just so immersive. Again, that's what really sets this game apart for me. It's just a very immersive and a very atmospheric pinball game. And yeah, I mean, as far as gameplay goes, obviously it's just pinball. You know, you're trying to prevent this ball from falling through a hole at the bottom. Now, Dream Pinball 3D does have some cool features to it. You know, sometimes you can get something called a ball change, which will change the color of your ball. You know, it starts out like all metallic, as all pinballs are, but sometimes you can get to change to like a wooden pattern or like a white pearl. That's always really cool when I was able to pull that off, although admittedly, I'm not really sure how to do a ball change. It kind of just happened. And also, you can change the difficulties on this game. There are 4 difficulty options. There's like easy, beginner, hard, and expert. All they really do is change things like the amount of time the ball save is active, the amount of pinballs you spawn in with, or the points needed to, or the amount of points needed to get into the local leaderboards. And this game does have local leaderboards, and you can actually play this game locally split screen multiplayer, although I never really messed around with that. I don't even want to play it with, so no comment there. I don't think this game ever had online multiplayer. It did have online leaderboards at one point, but those have been shut down, so rest in peace there. And one thing I will praise this game for is it does give you a lot of customization options for the controls. You know, maybe you don't like the default controls and you want to change them, you can. Although sadly this game doesn't have controller support. I honestly didn't think it would, and it didn't. No, it also doesn't support modern widescreen resolutions, but the resolutions present, they overall look pretty good, although sometimes I did notice this weird little quirk where like on the sides of the screen there would be kind of this blurring. I don't really know what to call it, but it's probably going to happen while I'm trying to record. And just like sometimes you'll just see some blurring on the sides of the screen. I'm not really sure what caused that or why that happened, but other than that, the game ran smooth as silk. And this is just a really solid pinball game, and I think to give it a 9.1 out of 10 by my grade scale, definitely try Dream Pinball 3D today, but do not buy this game on Steam. It is available on Steam, but it has a ton of negative reviews from people on there saying that there's some sort of a DRM issue, and they'll buy the game, they download it, and they can't play it. I bought this game directly off of Zoom Platform, which is a DRM-free retailer for digital PC games, kind of like GOG, and I bought it directly off of them, no DRM. I was able to install the game and play it without any issues, so definitely don't get this game on Steam, get it on Zoom Platform. And as far as a similar game I could recommend, I'm gonna say probably Pinball FX2. You might like that one. That's a really solid game by Zen Studios. And I think that covers everything with Dream Pinball 3D. If you can't tell, this video wasn't scripted. I normally do script my reviews, but I've been trying to kind of break away from that so that I can just say what comes to mind. I've been trying to do that here recently. And I hope y'all enjoyed. For any newcomers here, I mostly review and discuss Xbox 360 games, but I am down to cover any device, as you can see here today, and I always try to have a Bible verse of the day in my full-length videos. So for today, we're reading from John 5, verse 20, NIV. For the Father loves the Son and shows him all he does. Yes, and he will show him even greater works than these, so that you will be amazed. And, if you stuck around to the end, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I really do appreciate it. This is a shorter vid, I know, but it's pinball. What are you going to say about pinball? Thanks for putting up with my horrible narrations, and I hope you enjoyed my video. And like always, all of my content is man-made by yours truly, and I never consent to my voice and likeness being modified, altered, and copied by robots in any way, shape, or form. Jesus loves you all. Never forget that. Have a good one. Peace.
Target destroyed. Pinball in transit.